Amazon KDP have recently updated their terms and conditions in regards to the 7 back-end keyword boxes when you go and upload a book to KDP. So in this video, I'm going to explain exactly what those changes are in simple terms, so you know exactly what's going on here, and you can A, prevent your account from being banned, and B, update any of your keywords accordingly. So firstly, shout out to kindlepreneur.com. I will leave a link to this full article down below in the description where they've basically broken down all of these new rules, and I'm going to go over them here in this video just to make sure everything is super clear for all of you watching. So as you can see, they've actually done a really good comparison table between the old rules and also the new rules for the 7 backend keyword boxes. So these are the 7 boxes that you have to fill in your certain keywords. It says it's optional when you do it on KDP, but you're going to want to make sure you do it anyway. So that's what these are referring to, these new rules. And as you can see, there are 3 main new rules in here. Firstly, you can't include keywords that have already mentioned in your book categories. The example it says here is 19th century history. So if you have a book related to history and you've selected the category 19th century history, you don't want to include that as a keyword because that's now against Amazon's terms and conditions. I'm not too sure why, but they make the rules. Now, the next thing that you can't include in your keyword boxes, which is probably going to be the one that trips a lot of people up and can actually really harm your Amazon KDP account if you aren't following these rules, and that is brands that you do not own or that you are not authorized to use. So this essentially means anything with a copyright or a trademark on it. So up until now, I'm assuming a lot of people are, keeping, trademark and copyrighted keywords out of their title, out of their subtitle, out of their book description. But now you also need to make sure you are not including these in your backend keyword boxes too. And in just a second, I'm going to show you 2 sites that you can use to check if any of your keywords are trademarked, both if they're trademarked in the US and or if they're trademarked in the UK. But I'll get onto that in just a second because the final thing you can't do is HTML tags. Now, to be honest, I don't know who is even using HTML tags in their 7 backend keyword boxes, unless it's some kind of loophole that people, well, I obviously wasn't aware of, that some people have, found advantage from. I don't see why you would use HTML tags in your description anyway, but you now officially cannot use them. So again, this one shouldn't be too much of an issue. I'd be surprised if any of you watching this video are doing this, but just always worth knowing, don't include HTML tags. So in summary, not keywords that are already used in your categories, not trademarked or keywords that don't have the license to use, and also no HTML tags, on top of all of the other rules that you can't include. So I do recommend with this video, I'll leave this linked down below in the description. Go ahead and check out this resource from Kindlepreneur and go and read through these rules just so you know exactly what is going on. But that is a summary for those latest 3 keyword changes. I'm now going to show you how you can make sure you are not breaching trademark, either trademarks from the US or trademarks in the UK in your books. Now, it's worth mentioning that it doesn't really matter where in the world you are. So I'm someone from the UK, but because when you upload a book to Amazon KDP, you're also selling in the US and all these other territories, so Amazon.com, you do still need to comply with the trademarks there. So even if you're based in the UK like I am, you do still need to check the US trademark. And exactly the same, if you're based in the US, you also need to check there isn't a UK trademark. I'm going to show you how to do both of those in this video here. So let's start with the US and how you can check if a certain trademark or a term is copyrighted or trademark protected. What you want to do is go to Google, just type in USPTO, which stands for United States Patent and Trademark Office. Don't click on this main one here, go down to trademark search. And then all you need to do is just type in a certain search term that you want to check isn't trademarked already. So if I'm just going to go for something like Disney, something which is so obviously going to be trademarked, I'm just going to show you exactly what comes up if it is trademarked. So let's go ahead and type in Disney. And as you can see, there are a lot of trademarks, unsurprisingly, for Disney, 8,227. But this doesn't necessarily mean all of these are registered. In this example, it is, because you can see Disney, the status is live and it is currently registered. And it applies to all of these things, anything to do with goods and services. So anything from wedding dresses, wedding gowns, dresses, sleepwear, and it will be the same for all of these categories. If you keep going down, Disney have also got it covered for hair accessories, shoelaces, all these kind of things. What else have they got? Fruit-based food snacks, milk and milk products, retail store. So basically there will be one here that says to do with books or, printed material. And that is an example of where you cannot use a trademark because A, it has covered books or printed material, and the status is currently live. And as you can see, here's another example, a kind of topical one that was quite big in the KDP kind of area in a couple of months ago. And that's that term bold and easy coloring. Someone actually tried to patent the term bold and easy coloring. And as you can see, you type this into the USPTO search and it does actually come up, bold, easy coloring book. And as you can see, it's under the area of printed children's coloring pages, And what else does that say? Printed children coloring pages, printed coloring books for adults, and printed stationery. So what this basically means, this goods and services section, is mean if this was live, you wouldn't be able to use bold and easy coloring book if you are selling a product that is related to one of these things. However, this status is dead. It's not alive. It's been abandoned. So this actually, you are able to use this in your KDP backend keyword boxes, your title, your subtitle. But if this said it was live, that would be an example of a trademark that you cannot use. So just go through the USPTO, any kind of keywords or trademark, phrases that you think might be on the edge, go ahead and type them into USPTO and just see what's going on. Just because it says live doesn't necessarily mean it's related to books. It could be related to something completely different. So the two checks you need to do: firstly, is it actually live? And secondly, does it apply to the books that you're selling? Anything to do with books, coloring books, printed material, that kind of thing, that's what you need to look out for. And then to do the same with the UK, just go to UK Trademark Checker into Google, and this is first one, gov.uk, search for a trademark. And this is relatively straightforward. You want to just go for search by keyword, phrase, or image. And it's a slightly different layout, but it's exactly the same idea. If you just go ahead and type in something like Disney again, and let's go ahead and just press search. As you can see, it's going to come up with, because it's Disney, so many different trademarks. So a lot of these are actually dead trademarks. As you can see, it says here the status is dead. So this technically means that it's not actually a trademarked term. These were trademarks that were obviously filed in 1992, but they've probably expired by now, considering it is 2025. So if you were just to type in Disney here, you'd look at this that says the status isn't active, and you might think, oh, okay, maybe I can use Disney, but it's really important to go down and check all of the listings here, because if you pay attention as you go further down, there is still significant amounts of Disney things that are still registered on the UK Trademark Office. This one here, this UK, and then this number here. If you go ahead and click into that, click into list of goods and services, all of these different classes basically mean all of these types of goods are trademarked with Disney's things. So anything to do with television transmitting, electrical, all these kind of things. Just go through each of these classes: clocks, watches, chains, straps, bracelets. In here somewhere, there will be something to do with books. As you can see here, it's actually this one: printed matter, books, photographs, posters. So this basically means, because this trademark is live and it's a class 16, which includes anything that's printed matter and books, you cannot use this trademark on your KDP books because it is a registered trademark. So that's a quick and simple summary of this update to the KDP keywords, and also how you can use different trademark checkers to make sure you're not using keywords that infringe trademark. Now, before I wrap up this video, I'm just going to explain what this basically means. There's two things that you now need to do off the back of these changes. Firstly, it should be quite self-explanatory and straightforward. Do not include trademark terms, HTML, or category keywords in your backend keyword boxes for any books that you upload from this point onwards. And also, crucially, go through your existing books and double check you aren't breaking the rules already, because there might be some books you've already uploaded that maybe have got away with it in the past. I wouldn't panic too much, but I would definitely go through, make sure you're not breaking any of the new rules in some of the older books that you uploaded. It's better to be safe than sorry, and you now know with this video exactly how to track trademarks in the UK and also the US. So there you go, there's a super simple video walking you through this new update for the 7 backend keyword boxes. If you do have any questions, please do let me know down in the comment section down below, and I'll be more than happy to help you out. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.